Anyway, without further ado, I'd like to bring our good friend Andy Berks on. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks, Red. A good
Jolly
day.
good. Good to see you here. It's
Likewise.
really nice, actually, Andy, to be the other side of the chair, so to speak, because obviously every time I'm on with you, you're normally the one who's hosting it, and I'm the one who's talking. But on this occasion, I'm very, very pleased to have you on here so that we can get to know you a little bit better. Now, you are known as the numbers guy, whether that is a tag that you like having or not, I'm not quite sure, but you are known as a numbers guy. So give us a little bit of a background of why you are regarded as the numbers guy within OnPassive.
Okay, well, as a kid, I was dreadfully dyslexic for a start. So as far as words are concerned, I was horrendous. The only thing that I could actually deal with, and the only exam I passed at my what we used to call O levels, was maths. The only one I got. So I very quickly got into well, initially insurance and then into financial services, and remained there for most of my career. But numbers seem to be easier for me to understand than words were. So, you know,
Yeah, I get that.
okay, yeah. So that's why I ended up in financial services. But and numbers are just easier for me than words are. I can picture things, more picture things in words. So.
And obviously, being a numbers guy is certainly stood you in good stead, not only for your career but also for OnPassive. And you've used that ability really, really well in OnPassive. Obviously, in those early days as a early bird founder, you certainly cottoned on very quickly to the mathematical part of what OnPassive is all about and what it's all going to be doing in the future. And that's been an enormous help, I certainly feel, to so many founders, affiliates now that are out there. Can you tell us a little bit then, Andy, of why you like that side of OnPassive? I mean, obviously, we do know, and I know you're going to say it again, what attracted you to OnPassive. We'll get into that in a minute, but certainly on the numbers side of things, why do we know you as the numbers guy within OnPassive?
Okay. It is a good question, Red. I mean, when I originally looked at this, the thing that I saw, or the thing that I understood very, very quickly, was the numbers. And you know, I've got pound signs going up and down in my eyes, like most people did when ching ching, and I'm going to pay out. Brilliant. I understood that like that. Fantastic. And if you've got 6.3 billion or six odd billion people that use the internet, and we've got a potential market of 6 billion odd people, you know, you're not going to fail to get 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. How many clients do you want? But if I were to get 100,000 and get $1 for every one of those each and every month, there's $100,000 a month. That's a lot of money. You know, most people's pensions in the UK are 3,600 odd a year. That's 300 quid a month. You can't.
Yeah,
I've
I've always absolutely loved your analogy of pensions, of what people work 40 odd years to get a pension of some sort, and what the average of that is. And I mean, obviously, I'm part of that pension age group now, and I am drawing my army pension, and I know firsthand of how much work as I've had to do to draw on really not a huge amount of pension, and it really does dwarf into insignificance, really, doesn't it? In
absolutely.
comparison of what the ability of what OnPassive is going to do for so many. And this is,
But,
I love your analogy.
yeah, well, it wasn't just that. I mean, as I said, the average pension, if you include the old age pension and your private pension, which is pittance, you know, the average is 800 odd a month, which is about $1,000 a month. Which, to be honest, what can you do with $1,000 a month? Not an awful lot. By the time you
A
take
lot.
it into account, well, exactly. So I looked at that bit and I thought, and the numbers are going round and round and round. I'm not thinking, wow, hold on a second, this is exciting. But what I found more exciting was the fact that then they're going to do the bits that I don't understand how to do and help me to get there. I'm like, hold on a minute. So what you're telling me is I have to be good at this little bit, which is the bit I understand, and you guys are going to do that bit for me, which I have no clue as to how to do, and you're going to make me successful. This is a no-brainer. Why didn't this come along 40 years ago? You know, we've all been
Well,
in. Sorry, go on.
no, you go, keep going, mate. Keep going.
Well,
It's your
you know,
show.
yeah, we've all been in other things, hoping that was the, you know, the golden ticket, if you like. Um, I joined a multi-level marketing organisation. God, must have been 96, something like that, and I understood the system of, okay, what I'm supposed to do is to build a team, but actually all I was looking for was a monthly salary sufficient to pay my phone bill, my gas bill, and my electric bill. Because everything else that was coming in, then I know I've got everything else covered. So what I did was I took a week off work and literally walked door to door in all the shops and what have you, and offered them
Wow.
this product. So I took on, I don't know, 100, 130 odd clients that week. And that then gave me an income of about 600 or 700 quid a month for nearly 10 years. So that week was worth my took off, and I then because I often thought about doing it again. But the way to actually make the money with that particular system was to have to recruit, and I had no clue as to how to do that. You know, some people say, "Oh, you carry 5 pebbles in your pocket, and you switch one over every time you talk to somebody." I'm like, hold on a minute, I'm sorry, I'm not into cold calling. You know, it's not my forte. So anyway, but taking on the clients gave me enough to fulfill those bits, but I wasn't good at the other bit. And that's why I said when OnPassive came along, you go, hold on a second, I'm good at that bit, and they're going to do that bit for me. Oh, here, happy days. You know, so all good.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously, you've been around OnPassive for a fair long time now. When was your join date, Andy?
Well, the first one of the positions I've got dates back to December 2018, but I think my personal one was January 20.
Right. Okay. So you know, you are one of the earlier people within OnPassive, and it's been a journey. I mean, I don't think anybody would disagree that the journey of OnPassive has certainly been a interesting one, to say the least. And especially at the moment with the pause that we are under and all of the news that we are getting at the moment. Now, we obviously are still very active as far as what we are doing with it OnPassive. Can you just tell me a little bit of what gets you up in the morning to keep going and be excited about OnPassive?
This is a really good question, Red, because there are several aspects to it. The first aspect, and for me, probably the most important one, was and is our CEO. I have worked with you know, have a number of a sizable number of clients as CEOs, presidents, vice presidents, managing directors, COOs, CFOs. You know, I in financial services, we would aim at the top guys, partners in accountants firms. All of these guys are very good at their job, and they're very focused on their job or their company, not necessarily about the employees, about the staff. They're not as important to them or to these people as their company was. And I found that rather bizarre, because at the end of the day, you know, treat your, and I have to say there are a number of exceptions I did come across, and their companies thrived far better than the others. And the reason I say that is because these guys made a point of speaking to everybody on the way in the morning. For instance, hi, how you doing? How's your wife? You know, did you get the little dog for your daughter? What have you named him? All of this is just a
Yeah.
friendly approach. Okay, so when you've got somebody that takes an interest in people, their companies go big. When you've got someone who's insular and says, we have to do this, we have to do that, why haven't you done this, why haven't you done that, you need to do this, it doesn't work. People are very fickle. It doesn't work. But what truly amazed me because again, when we started, and to be fair, I don't think it was 2020. I think it was 2019. But anyway,
Yeah, I think you're a 19. Yeah.
yeah, the only thing that I remember is listening to a couple of you could call them podcasts if you like,
Audio
recordings.
videos.
Yeah, audio videos that Ash had done. For me, that was enough. Not only am I hearing that this guy has a different approach to the business itself, insofar as he's here to help us, and since then this is just, you know, cemented all of that together and together and together. So that's, for me, that's one of the most important aspects, and why I'm 100% behind this, without a shadow of a doubt. That is the main reason. But also, I don't like the and I'm not going to swear, but I would if I could, if you know what I mean. there there are a number of sizable companies out there that think they're the bee's knees and they have a total monopoly over everything. And by the way, if you don't toe the line, we get rid of you. We've got, you know, 3 billion customers. Why do we need you? Off you go. And the attitude and the sheer brazen system that they have in place, knowing full well you can do bugger all about it, just makes me sick. So when you've got a company that wants to change that, I'm behind the company. You know, we know, for instance, that the American government have suppressed over 6,000 patents since 2010. So there are a couple of inventors now that are putting their stuff on blockchain. They're not going to the government to ask for a patent. They're simply putting it on blockchain. Well, that's brilliant, because now that's common domain and they can't do anything about it. So if you looked at the same system, now we're not doing anything different or anything really new. What we're doing is providing, or what Ash is doing and his team is providing, value for money, and a serious value for money. If you think the nearest closest rival for our OCONNECT charges $6,500 a month for 10,000 attendees, and ours is 125, come on, this is a no-brainer. How many companies would actually jump ship and then get angry with the previous provider, going, why did you charge us so much when you didn't need to? So you've got an awful lot of companies that are going against the benefit of others, yeah. And what Ash is trying to do is to change that.
Absolutely. There seems to be a very big recurring theme. I mean, I've been doing in the chair now. This is our second week we're doing it, but there's certainly a recurring theme as far as why are people in OnPassive? Why are they staying in OnPassive? Why are we well behind our CEO? And that is exactly what you've been saying so far to date. Number one, they believe in what our CEO is trying to do. They believe in that person, whether they have listened to the two audio videos right from the beginning, or they've seen him on countless webinars, or wherever it may be. People truly believe this man, and quite rightly so. He exudes confidence. He exudes the right format of what he's trying to do. And if you couple that with being the correction to the corruption of what is out there at the moment, I mean, most of us have been through the mill as far as online business is concerned. Along comes this man. Not only is he talking the talk, he's also walking the walk, with the promise of making us, the average guy, have the ability to earn good, honest, clean money online with a system that is completely changing how business is done on the internet. So why wouldn't we follow him? Now, we certainly know at the moment that he is getting a lot of negative comments, negative reactions from all areas, internally, externally, within the membership, all over the place. And it's certainly had, in my opinion, a big backfiring effect of what these people thought would happen to the business. They thought that by leaning on the company, you said about these big conglomerates that are out there now, when they see new things coming along that they're not happy with, that they feel threatened by it, they do one of two things. They either buy them out, make them internal, or they shut them down. And when you've got someone like Ash Mufareh who kicks back to say, no, we're not going away, we are here, then it infuriates them and they start sticking their heels in. But one thing they didn't expect, they expected, by putting the pressure on OnPassive, by trying to derail us, they thought that we would almost mutiny against the company because things have taken too long, or whatever the reason may be. But it's had it completely the opposite effect. It's actually brought us closer together as a community, as a membership of this business. And that is unique. And I really do believe that that is our strength. It's our power, that we have such a strong bond with the people in OnPassive, because we've been here for a while now, that's not going to go away. And in fact, it's going to make our resolve even stronger, I believe, because we know what the company is trying to achieve. Other businesses, other people, they don't understand, do they, what this company is trying to achieve? We do. This is why we back our CEO. And it was very interesting that you've said pretty much the same as what so many other people have said who have been in on the chair. And I absolutely love it. I agree 100% with you, Andy, that there is something about Ash Mufareh that really does resonate with so many people. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but you know, when you see people and when they talk, you know they're telling the truth. Well, he's one of those guys, and that is, in the online world, it really is something that you don't come across every day. So, Andy,
I think the other thing, Red, is the other thing is that when you meet someone for the first time, everybody has an instant feeling, good or bad, right? This instant impression. Now, I'm very conscious of that, so I try very, very hard not to prejudge. You meet somebody, yeah, and you make an assumption based on what you've heard, what you've seen, and you get to know them, and that impression either changes or stays as exactly as it is. And quite a lot of us are quite intuitive with that. And I've not met Ash as yet. I look forward to doing that, but I've not met Ash as yet. But I don't need to. I know exactly the type of person he is. I know beyond any shadow of a doubt, and I would follow him to the ends of the earth, no problem, no worries at all. Now there are lots of people in that we meet in our lives that you go, not quite happy with that one. Yeah,
I've met a few.
Yeah, I know. but Ash is not one of those. Yeah.
No, absolutely isn't at all. Well, we're going to wrap this up now, Andy. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and I'm really glad because we've got to know you a little bit more. We see you regularly on the webinars that you do. In fact, you've got one coming up in about half an hour, Blueprint Digital with Collins as well. You know, you are,
and you're on.
and absolutely. And you are an amazing spokesperson for this business. I am proud, privileged to have worked alongside you, not only online, but also in the events that we've had. He is the real deal, Andy Berks is. And he will say to me that I'm a lot taller in real life. Well, he is as well, actually. He's a good 6-footer as well. And one of the nicest guys I have met so far within this business. And this is another
likewise
plus side, another plus side of what OnPassive does. It makes friendships with real people, and that's what we all are. We are real people. We are not pseudonyms of what you should be or shouldn't be. This is taught to us on so many levels in OnPassive, and that one thing is be yourself. I am, Andy will vouch for that. I know Andy is, because I can vouch for that as well. And what you see really is what you get. And this is the beauty about this business. It is designed, it is built for the every average guy, woman who is out there who wants to make something of their life by using a good, decent, honest business. Anyway, last words to you, Andy.
Thanks, Fred. You're quite right. At the end of the day, we've been lucky enough to get together twice with Worcester and with Manchester with the two events that we've had in the UK, and really it has become a family scenario because there are so many of us that you know that got together. You meet and you realise the face behind the person is exactly as you believed it would be. And yes, you're taller than me, but but on both occasions it was absolutely fantastic. We had a lot of fun. We got to know a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of like-minded people, and that's the key here: like-minded people. Yeah. So I hope we get to do it again. I really do. But thanks for having us on. And as I said, the feelings, mate, are mutual. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it really has. Anyway, guys, that's it from me and Andy Berks.